Hi, my name is Ruben.
You, yes, you. Do you know anything about uh, physics or engineering? Well, no problem because we're not doing engineering today. We're doing engineering in a game called The Engineer. We're going to complete the first few missions and we're going to even build a potato cart, which stay tuned. First, I loaded up the tutorial. It taught me to control my camera, to put beams into place, to brace them with plank and some nails. As you can see, right now everything is has its own physics. Then it taught me how to use sheets and nails to nail stuff in place. As you can see, without nails, it just falls straight down. Also, if you press shift while using the nail function, then the nails will be aligned to your camera view. That makes it a lot easier. Then it taught me about blocks. Blocks are these big blocks that can be put in place with mortar and that can be stuffed into the ground for a more flat surface. Anyways, I'm showing all of this to you so that you understand how the game functions, so that whenever I'm building something, you understand what I'm doing. And next, it taught me about wheels and how to make a cart with those wheels. And just nail the wheel in place, and then boom, it starts going. And then it taught me about rotors. Rotors can be rotated. It's like an axle, so it's going to be very useful for mechanics. Then it taught me about propellers, ropes, stuff in that nature. About construction lines that allow me to be more precise with my builds. It taught me about how to remove objects. It taught me about how to place my character where I want them. Taught me how to rotate stuff. You won't be needing that, only I will, because I'm actually the one that's building all of that stuff. And then it taught me how to use my character. Now, the character in this game is fully driven by physics. Every time it falls, it just ragdolls. There's even an option to move every individual leg. Like the A button is to move your left leg, and the D button is to move your right leg. As you can see, it looks very wonky, but the name of the game is The Engineer with a J, so don't know what you was expecting. Then I went into the training area, the first stage. I figured out how to get into the missions, and I loaded up one of them. It was just to walk from point A to point B. The second mission was to move a barrel from point A to point B. Right now, there's not many engineering involved, which is kind of boring, but the things are what they are. Anyways, the next mission was to climb. Nothing really that interesting, but this is what we do in this game. Now, the this mission was actually involved some engineering, so it's actually really interesting. The point was to keep a box in the air without it falling, so you needed to build like a little tower so that it doesn't fall. As you can see, I decided to use two beams because you should use less stuff, because the more stuff you use, the more money you spend on it, and the more money you spend on it, the less your grade will be. And I'm trying to get like A's or A pluses on every one of them. I aced the box mission, and now it's the most interesting mission so far. You need to build a bridge so that it doesn't fall, and then we need to go on it to see if it can hold our weight. Now, right now, I just want to build a frame so that I know how the bridge behaves and which parts I need to reinforce. As you can see, I'm building it. just nailing some beams in place and then putting sheets over it so I can walk on it. As you can see, it completely collapses. Doesn't even come close to being a real bridge. Uh, I'm trying something out to make it more sturdy. But, however, there is one very important lesson about physics that I've heard an actual engineer say, uh, is that when things are pulling apart, they are weak, and when things are pushing together, they are strong. So that's kind of what I'm going on, what I'm going for here. The diagonal beams are pushing into the vertical beam, making the whole thing stronger. It's not as strong as I wanted it to be, but we're getting somewhere. It didn't fall as quick. I wanted to see if the sheets were the problem because they added more weight, and the weight is bad. It makes the bridge fall faster. Don't know what I was going for there because the braces clearly don't reach the diagonal beams, but I put some more, and now you see the bridge is fully standing, no problemo. Just need to put some sheets, nail them in place, and then I'm going to be able to walk on it. Brace the sheets onto the diagonal beams, and it's ready for walking. It is not. I absolutely failed and I demolished it. It was absolutely horrendous. I should never even try to touch this game ever again. As you can see, I'm not even going anywhere with this, as I'm just putting more weight onto the bridge. There's this game called Polo Bridge, and in Polo Bridge 3, at the very least, you can see which parts of the bridge broke after something went wrong. But in the engineer, you just have to guess which parts have the most stress put on them. And I wish that the feature from Polo Bridge had got into this game. But however, you just seen, I completely nailed this bridge. It was absolutely awesome. It was sturdy, incredibly sturdy, but the grade I got was A, and I wanted an A plus, so I decided to reinforce it a little bit more so that it will be more sturdy. Because for every part that breaks in your contraption, your grade lowers a little bit. As you can see, that didn't help. But I gave up and decided to do the next mission, build and climb tower. Now there I wanted to make a pyramid-like structure so that the beams are pushing into each other and become more stronger. That's actually why the pyramids in Egypt probably will lasted so long, because pyramid is actually like the most sturdy structure, like out of all the towers. As you can see, this is peak gameplay. I then found out that I'm an overcomplicator boss, because you didn't even need the braces and you could just build the tower and the platform would just hold on. But I'm going to remove these braces soon so that I could get an A+. I'm trying to see what my problem was. Of course, the obvious solution is to just delete the braces. Still, only an A. I want an A+. I got an A plus, absolute cinema. I knew I could do it.
Hear ye, my loyal tax-paying subjects. Today we face a challenge that rattles the very foundations of our kingdom. As you are well aware, the village architect Sir Birchelot has brought us nothing but chaos with his innovative and aesthetic designs. We should have known that his approach to design would be all style and no substance. His shoddy work has left you all bitterly disappointed. I should have never trusted an architect to design my sacred potato silo. Now, more than ever, we need an engineering mastermind to rescue us from this nightmare. Which of you will volunteer? You there, brave soul, what say you? Will you take up the mantle of the kingdom's chief engineer and restore order to a crumbling kingdom? Let us test him first at least. For a cantilever beam with a length of 5 meters and subjected at a triangular distribution load varying from 0 K9 at the fixed end to 10 K9 at the free end. Tell me the location and magnitude of the maximum bending moment. We don't have time for that nonsense. Everyone meet our savior and chief engineer who will bring structure to the kingdom.
Now we go on to the farm set of levels. The first level was to build a fence so that a bunch of cats wouldn't get in. Now at first I thought that the solution was the same as the tower, just make it really simple. But as you can see, it did not hold at all. So I decided to brace it together to two other beams so that it would be a little bit stronger. But no, still not strong enough. So I decided to put sheets in there to to be able to put more nails in different locations. Still doesn't hold. The might of the cats is too strong for the fence. So I reinforced it with diagonal beams because it just made sense, but still the cats were too fast, too strong, too mighty. I decided to put the sheets a little bit taller so that the cats wouldn't fly over it, but still, no luck. So I decided to completely redo my design by making it 2-layered. Maybe the 5 first cats. No, as you can see, my engineering mastermind brain still couldn't comprehend the evilness of the cats. Still, they fly over it, doesn't even care for my sorrows. Now, here we are getting some progress. The cats that are flying over fly into the beam, and the ones that are not flying to the sheet. But it was too expensive, so we needed another design. Now I was just throwing stuff at the wall at this point, trying everything to make it a little cheaper. As you can see, I didn't have so much luck, and on here, I almost did it, but the last cat just touched pause with the red area, so I gotta redo it. Now here I decided to simplify my design. Maybe that was the mistake all along, and as you can see, it was. As previously stated, I'm an overcomplicating final boss, so all you needed to do was just a sheet and 4 beams. I even tried to lower the price further to get an A+. And it didn't work, but an A+ would do as well. But then there was a non-engineering mission where you just needed to go from point A to point B, so we needed to do some peak gameplay. Hey, I knew I could do it. I'm so awesome. Next, we needed to build a water tower, and we're going to use the OP strat of beams forming a pyramid-like structure with diagonal beams. We're going to see if it works. And in fact, does not. It does not hold at all. So we put two more beams to have a more flat surface. And it does work. We even get an A+. Not even. I mean, I knew I could do it. I'm just so awesome. Next, we had an obstacle course, which again is a non-engineering level. You just needed to get from point A to point B. So we needed to do some peak gameplay once again. Hey, I knew I could do it. I'm so awesome. Not to brag, but I am. Next level was a tree house. We needed to suspend it in the air so that it wouldn't fall, and then we needed to climb up the tree to get to it. And it was actually really easy. I don't know why. I mean, you would think that the house would weigh a little bit more, but suspending it in the air was very easy. And just put my hand into the green area, and it was done. I had a name. Next level was the potato silo. Now, what you needed to do for this level is to just put potatoes from the barrel into the crate. And for that, the most optimal solution would be to build a slide for the potatoes. But I didn't want to do it. Earlier before that point, I saw a video on the engineer channel with people showing off their creative potato silo solutions. One of them built a water wheel powered by potatoes. One of them built a conveyor belt, and I wanted to go creatively with that task as well. And my idea was to build a cart for the potatoes. Build a cart where all the potatoes go into the cart. The cart is braced to its floor, and then when all the potatoes get in the cart, it starts weighing significantly more, and the brace can't hold it anymore, and it breaks, and then the cart starts going, and it falls into the crate. Now, I spent way too much time designing this. In the end, I got it, but you can just see for yourself. While I was doing it, I speeded up the footage, obviously, because it's already like half the video. But as you can see here, I was actually throwing stuff at the wall. Like sometimes I put it a counterweight on the cards to make it like fall over or something. Right now I'm just building a platform so that the potatoes don't really fall over. I mean, it was incredibly hard, but I refused to give up, and I continued to build the cart. I tried to use a wooden chain one time instead of the brace, but it was, I think, a little more powerful than we needed it to be. And now, finally, after spending an absurd amount of time throwing stuff at the wall, I was finally able to get something similar to a cart that was my original intent. Just see for yourselves.
Anyways, this was our first time playing the engineer, first episode. If you liked this video, then give me a like and a subscribe. Bye.